Put the headphones on as well.
Alright.
Okay. Hello, thank you for tuning in to the Keeping It Real show on Reconcilers Radio. My name is Amanda, the host for this show. Hope you're having a blessed and wonderful evening so far. So guys, as you know, on the show today I have Kierran Jarrett, and he is an author. Hello, come in. His headphones just went off.
Yeah, sorry.
And he's an author, motivational, inspirational speaker, not motivational speaker. And he's 2 times cancer survivor, and he has his book here, which is called What Can I Control? And just before the break, we were just talking about, he's about to release a story, about something that he does on the side as well as his books and inspirational speaking. So he's going to turn the camera.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
To
Yeah, so.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, going on talk about. I believe you're talking about maybe stepping out and.
Okay. So here's the story I share with 90% of the people that I meet, and it can be used in any situation. So a man dies. Okay, he goes to heaven and he has the party. Oh, you made it. Oh, okay, whatever. And he does that. He leaves an inheritance, and God says, you know what, you've made it in. As he's going to bed, he sleeps. And he wakes up, he's like, I can't shake the feeling that I didn't do everything I was sent to do on earth. And it bugs him to the point that he goes out of his house and he goes looking for God. He finds God in like seconds because he's in heaven. So he finds God fishing and he goes, God, can I just trouble you just to ask you a quick question? And he goes, yeah, cool. And he says, did I accomplish everything I was meant to do on earth? Because I can't shake the feeling that I didn't do it. And he goes, he fishes, looks at him, fishes again, looks at him and goes, nah. And the guy is distraught. He's like, how did I even make it to heaven if I didn't accomplish my mission? And he goes, yeah, you did everything right spiritually. But you didn't accomplish your mission because you was focusing on only doing the spiritual things. And he takes him before 2 crystal jugs. And one is perfect, and one's cracked, and it's leaking. And God says, look, what do you see? And he says, oh, God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And he goes, okay, calm down. What do you see? Because sometimes we let our emotions and our anger and our frustration blind us from what God is actually showing us. Wow. So he says to them, okay, cool, fill it with water. So he fills the first one with water. It looks perfect. It's crystal and all of that. Then he says, okay, fill the second one, the one that's battered and got cracks in it. And he fills it to the top with the same amount of water. Both of them hold the water. But then the second one begins to leak. Yeah. And he goes, the second one is you. See, there's one that I made that was whole and carried the capacity to stay whole and perfect. And I used that to pour into man. But that one resembles you. And the reason it's cracked and leaking is because you have not self-developed. You did not work on yourself outside of me. So you basically spent all your life praying and stuff, but you didn't work. You didn't invest. You didn't learn what it was to educate. You didn't teach.
You couldn't carry what I gave you.
You can't carry what I give you. No. And I will fill you as many times as you say, Lord, fill my cup, Lord, fill my cup. But okay, I'll fill you again. But until you self-develop, you're forever going to be leaking. Now, for me, I'll show you my leaks. My leaks is this. My leaks is in the first year. Again, as you know, that I went through it. I cussed God out. I cussed preachers out. I did a lot of stuff because I was angry. And that was leakage. He was filling me with. He was trying to give me faith. He was trying to give me blessing. He was trying to show me that he still cared. I didn't want to hear it, and it just poured out of me. All the love I have for God just left me. Wow. And then the second year, he filled my cup again. I did the whole fasting and prayer thing. I said, okay, go again, and I held it, but people still saw the cracks. And when I'm on radio now, sharing this presentation with you, you're seeing the cracks, but you're not seeing the leakage. And God says you need to boast in your weakness. And even the disciples say,
"Make perfect in your weakness."
Yeah,
wow.
And even the disciples talk about the thorn in his side. It is saying that, look, I boast in my weaknesses, and praise God for the simple things that you you get through. You didn't want it to happen. You didn't ask for it to happen, but you got through it.
Yes, and it strengthens you as well.
And that's your story now. That builds your character to...
No, wow, I was about to say that.
Yeah. And then now you can actually hold what he's pouring into you, because now you are more capable of pouring into other people.
Amen.
You have to understand, look, God's not going to... he's not going to take away the cracks. The cracks are there for you to self-develop and for you to get better at, so you can turn around to people and say, this is what I went through, here's my crack, but it's not leaking.
Wow.
And when I speak to people at schools and I say, look, you want to get an A, you want to get a 2-1, you want to get a first, that's great. Let me fill this jug up for a second. Now ask yourself this question, what's leaking? Are you going out too much? Are you going to the library for 6 hours and only doing a half an hour work?
Hey, I put my hand up for that one. I've done many of that. 5 hours, and you're like,
Yeah, you ain't done no work. You don't go to lectures. You're lazy. You don't read. You don't research. Okay, cool. Now that first is a 2-1. You keep doing it. That first is a 2-2. You can keep doing it. That first is a.
And I tell you keep going around in circles until you learn.
Yeah, and they say it's not that you wasn't filled. It's not that you're not knowledgeable. It's not that you wasn't gifted. It's not that you didn't have It's not that you're dumb. You didn't
work.
You didn't work. And as much as I filled you up with the passion for the subject, as much as I filled you up with I gave you time, but you didn't invest it, and you didn't self-develop, and you leaked. And you come to church every week and you say, Lord, use me, Lord, fill my cup. And okay, here you go. But until you forgive that person you've been angry at for 10 years,
you can't be effective.
God cannot use you to pour into other people until you're whole. Because both jugs had a handle. I forgot to mention that. And the other jug, the jug that was full, he used it to pour into cups.
I feel like speaking in tongues.
He used it to pour in cups. The second one didn't have a handle. And the reason he didn't have a handle, because until you are self-developed, until you are whole, until you are comfortable with who you are and who God says you are in every situation, that's when he will attach a handle to your life and allow you to pour into other people. If you do not if you are not whole, you're trying to pour into people and you're not ready to. And even through my example, my what I went through and my sickness, I wasn't ready to talk to you about God in my first year. I wasn't. You asked me about God in my first year, I would have told you about God. I would have said, he's this, he's that. I went to Sunday school. What a waste of time. Okay.
Nothing learned from there.
Yeah, nothing. Ask me in my second year. Oh yeah, my faith is high. I said to everyone, God bless me with cancer.
And that's through your experiences.
Through my experience.
Through the struggle.
Through my experience and through my struggle. Now I'm boasting in my weakness. I boast in the fact that I couldn't go to the toilet by myself. Okay. But I met Anthony Hopkins. I met Richard Branson. Okay. I'm on her show. Okay.
No, this
is my crack. This is my weakness. I went through.
Amen.
And now I'm not leaking no more. And in doing so, you become valuable.
And you have to continually work on ourselves. And I think sometimes we focus so much on what other people are doing. This person is doing that. What about us? God he said that, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. He said he has plans for a good future. He didn't say just me or you. All of us, individually. We just have to allow him to pour into us. We also have to work on the bits that we need to work on so he can use us.
Yeah. And listen, guys, it's not to say God's going to allow things to happen to you. And I'm not saying it comes from him, but I'm saying he allows it. Okay? There's a difference. Allowing means I will never give you more than you can handle.
Amen.
Okay? So don't lose sight of that, because obviously when you go through it, okay, cool, you're going to be emotional. You're human. I'm human. I cussed God out for at least 365 days, if not more. But when I got over it, when I said, look, I'm coming back to you, when I came back to it and said, I did that way. Because sometimes you have to do that way. You have to go through it and say, look, I did try to do it without God.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. Or it didn't work to the capacity that it could have. And then you have to go back and say, look, okay, God, I want to do the science. You blessed us with science. You blessed us with medicine. People back in the day prayed for some of the stuff we have now. But I'm not going to rely on it without you. And then I did that with God. And it's been over a year. I haven't relapsed. I just had my bone marrow a week ago. And they said I'm all clear. I'm still all clear. And that's by medicine, but that's also by the grace of God.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, look, there was always two jugs. You're never going to be perfect. You're born with cracks. You're born with a mentality. The moment you were pushed out, you was taught certain things that hold you back.
Yeah.
Until you get to a point where you start to deal with this. And I sincerely believe that if you deal with the hurt you have, or to deal with the lack of you feel like the lack of education has held you back. Okay, so go study. We've never lived in a time of access to more information than we have right now.
Yeah.
There is nothing you cannot teach yourself or do that is not on the internet.
Wow.
So you leak and say, okay, I didn't have the education, I can't do this, I can't do that. Okay.
What can you do now to change that?
Study.
What can we do now to change
I started writing this book in hospital.
Wow.
I don't know the first thing about writing a book.
Wow.
I don't know the first thing about writing a book until I started.
Wow.
And we was just talking about in the break. God only blesses what you start on.
If you don't start on nothing, he can't use it.
Yeah.
So you have to. What do you have in your hand? Like the little boy with a fish, a loaf of bread and fish. Jesus was able to bless that. But if he didn't have nothing in his hand, what do we have? The water turned into wine. There was water for it to turn into wine. There's always something that God wants us to start on, so He can use.
Yeah, and look, and people always talk about multiplying and harvest and latter rain and all of that malarkey, and God's always using things that relate to farmers. He was very nature based, and here's why I tell people: look, if you don't plant nothing, you won't eat. You won't eat. You won't reap anything. If you don't sow into yourself, because we all pay tithes.
Wow, and I'm learning from this as well. It's not like I'm perfect.
Yeah,
no.
If you don't sow into yourself, and I mean that not in a judgmental way, I just mean you're not self-developing your character. You're not self-developing how you think. You're not just self-developing how you treat people. Do you walk past the homeless? That's simple stuff. You should be self-developing every day.
And sometimes it's funny because through our trials, through the struggles, through the difficulties, we're humbled. Yeah. And whatever we go through, sometimes somebody might not open up their mouth and speak and say, this is what I've been through. But people's character, or how people react, or how people treat other people, sometimes the result of their experience.
Yeah.
Because of their experiences, they're humbled. Because of their experiences, they know how they're empathetic towards other people.
Yeah.
Or towards how other people feel, and so treat people differently.
Yeah. So that's what we was going to explain a lot of stuff that I talk about in this book, but I've already explained it in a lot of what I've said already.
Well, you can explain it on here. In terms of the show on the radio, we've obviously got a few minutes to the end of the radio, but hopefully you'll be able to join us again in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more radio stations looking forward to, you coming on very soon. But yes, guys, so yeah, those on the radio side, we're going to go off the show. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you so much, Kierran, for joining us as well. And yes, have a blessed and wonderful evening, and join us next week, Wednesday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's Valentine's Day, so I might have a special guest,
Oh, I thought it was today.
Okay, yes, guys. So, yes, join us next week, Wednesday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And tomorrow there's the Let's Talk About It relationship show with Mr. and Mrs. Vito. So make sure you tune in, and basically, yeah, you'll be blessed. So yes, guys, have a blessed and wonderful evening. Tune in again this Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. God bless. Okay, so going back to Facebook, we've got a lot of messages from different people. Barak says, really encouraging and inspiring show as always. God bless you, bro. More grace and wisdom for more insights in book writings. And we've got Rachel Leah says LOL and said, God bless you, our host as well. And then we have Samantha. Hello, Samantha says, God cannot use you to pour into other people until you are whole. Please preach. Someone says amen. And Richie says, well, sis, looking lovely. Thank you, sis. Says, wow. Someone says, wow, what a powerful message, brother. And yes, guys, so thank you so much. Okay, so it says, Richie says he
corrected it below.
Okay, I don't understand. Okay. Yes, guys, so it's been so powerful.
But yeah, look, thank you for having me on the show. I really hope I wasn't talking down to anyone.
No, he wasn't.
Hopefully,
the Holy Spirit is just
you took something away from you took something away from what I'm saying. Because I again, my whole purpose now is other people. I didn't realize that until I was ill. I didn't realize that till I was close to death. And I start even now, like if you follow me on Instagram, I even posted about 2 weeks ago. I said I just want to get back in contact with people. I just want to see how people are. And my life has pretty much been revolved around people. So don't ever feel like I'm talking down to you. What I'm saying to you is there to help you. You take it, you don't. but it's love regardless. So thank you for watching this live.
Thank you so much for joining us, well, Jarrett. And his book as well, What Can I Control? Where can we get the book?
Okay, please. Okay, so this is on Amazon. Okay, so if you type in What Can I Control, Kierran Jarrett, it was the first thing to pop up. There's also a Kindle version on there as well. Anyone who's involved in schools or anything like Bible studies, whatever, and wants me to calm down, let me know, and I'll talk and stuff. So just let me know. But my website is www.kieranjarrett.com. Again, that's KIERRANJARRETT.com, and you can find out a lot about me on there and get in contact and ask me questions. Because I always reply to questions and people's problems, and they ask me what they think about certain things, so I just reply when I can. But yeah, I'm all about people, man. So if you get a chance to just shout me out or you want to talk, just hit me up.
Yeah, so thank you so much. That was such a blessing. Thank you all for those who joined us on the show, those who commented. Please share this video, and I'll put up on YouTube soon, so please subscribe as well, and visit Kierran's website as well, kieranjarrett.com, and his book, What Can I Control? Buy it for other people as well, so they'll be encouraged if you're going through struggles or difficulties. So thank you so much for joining us. Rachel says, God bless, take care. God bless you guys. Bye.
Bye.